and welcome back to another exciting episode of Radioactive Taco. On today's episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of a tier maker list. You know how they all go. We're going to be doing Pixar films, because who doesn't love a good Pixar film? And I have a lot to talk about when it comes to Pixar films. So let's just get into it. We might as well just start up with the one that's right here, Up. Okay, Up. How do I feel about Up? I think the first 10-15 minutes of Up is perfect. It's so beautiful, it's so loving, but the rest of the movie is kind of trash, I think. I barely even remember the rest of the movie. I've only seen it maybe once, but I've seen that opening scene many times. You know what I'm talking about, the one that made everyone cry. That scene is so beautiful, the music, the storytelling when no words are spoken, it's so good, I love it. However, the rest of the movie sucks, so I'm gonna have to put this in just okay. I don't think it's that good of a movie. Yeah, it's just fine. All right, what do we have here? This is the Incredibles. This is the first Incredibles movie. I think this is an easy, timeless movie for me. It's fucking great. Mainly, I would say probably nostalgic reasons. I just think this is such a great movie, and I think it was the last movie before Pixar and Disney actually merged together. Great fucking movie, love it, so good. And I mean, Mrs. Incredible can get it, if you know what I'm saying. Great movie, love it. We'll always sit down and watch it. If it's on TV and someone's watching it, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. The Good Dinosaur sucked, okay? I shouldn't have to explain this too much, but The Good Dinosaur was a crap movie. I barely even remember it. It sucked. It just wasn't a good movie. I remember nothing about it, almost. And because of that, I'm gonna have to put it in bad. There's not a lot I can say about that one. A Bug's Life. Okay, let's talk about A Bug's Life. I think when I was a kid, I loved this movie, but I watched it maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago, and I remember thinking it was pretty bad. I think it's aged horribly. It's one of Pixar's early films. It doesn't look that good either, if I'm being honest. I just don't think it's that good of a film. I can't imagine myself watching it again, so unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to put it in bad. I felt nothing. I feel nothing for it anymore after rewatching it since I was a little kid. The Incredibles I watched recently, and I think it's so fucking good still. It's such a good movie, but Bug's Life just doesn't hold up for me anymore. I just think it's a bad movie. Let's go with one of the newest films, Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear. I think it's a fine film. I mean, it's fine. There's not a lot I can say about it. Visually, it's amazing. I have no qualms about them changing, what's his name? Tim Allen's voice, was with Chris Pine, I think it was. I don't care about that. I know a lot of people got all huffy and puffy about it, but I didn't care. So I'm just going to say it's an okay film. I don't think it's that good. I mean, it's fine. Would I rewatch it? Probably. I'd rewatch it maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's not that good. Let's have a look here. Onward. I thought Onward was a pretty fun film, I gotta say. I don't think it's anything that's special, so I'm probably just gonna put it in good. It's, you know, a beautiful film about brothers reconnecting with their deceased father, reconnecting with themselves, and then I don't know. I think it was a good movie. I liked it. It hit me on an emotion level. Toy Story, I mean, another classic. That's nostalgia reasons. Probably doesn't hold up as much as it used to. So I think it deserves timeless. I think it's a great fucking film. But yeah, again, it probably doesn't hold up as much as it does now. Visually, probably not. It was made in the 90s. I think it's still, I don't know. I think it's a great film. It's close to my heart. And I would love that movie for the rest of my life. I have no qualms rewatching it again and again and again and again. Cars? Is this Cars? I think that's the first Cars movie. I think Cars is a pretty great film. I think the first Cars movie is really good. It's just a weird film, though. The older I've gotten, the more I question Cars as a film. They made a bunch of sequels that show all shit. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I think Cars is a great film. I think it belongs in great. I think that's a perfect place for it. Why do I like it? I just think it's I don't know, about a car that gets too big for his bridges and gets knocked down a peg and starts to appreciate life and people, other cars more. And I think that's a important lesson to teach the youngins who watch the film. So yeah, I think it belongs in that category. We should probably do the other Cars movies. Are they here? Is this Cars 2? I think this is Cars 2. Cars 2 is fucking terrible. I think it's a really shit film. I barely could watch it. It just sucks. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bad film. I didn't like it. A lot of people would disagree with me on this one. I think it sucked. It was boring. There was a whole, was it the spy aspect? Mater was the main. They should have just called the movie Mater, frankly. And I don't think Mater could front an entire film by himself to make it work anyway. I think Cars 3 was better. We'll just do the Cars movies now. I think it was slightly better. I remember enjoying it more. I still don't think it's that good, so I'm gonna put it in just okay. I think it was better than the second one. I remember almost nothing of that. In fact, I remember nothing of that. All I remember is thinking it was fine. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so whatever. Don't judge me. Inside Out. So I need to rewatch this film because everyone I know who has seen it says they love this film, but I didn't like it that much. Maybe I just need to rewatch it. So I don't know. I felt nothing for these characters. I remember watching this film thinking to myself, I need to watch something that's just going to make me like be a bit happier. And I watched it going in thinking it was going to be like a nice, Pixar film. Cool. It's going to be fun and enjoyable. But it just made me kind of depressed and sad. Because I don't know, it's about a teenager growing the fuck up and, you know, seeing the world as a bit truer than it really is. And that just hurt. It was just a hard movie to watch. So maybe I need to rewatch it, but I'm going to put it in okay for the time being. I don't think it's a bad film. It didn't hit me as much as everyone else. So I need to rewatch it and reevaluate my decision. And I'm sure it's a great film, but right now, I can only say it's good. It's okay. Brave. Okay, Brave. This is a divisive question. I know a lot of people are going to be really divisive about Brave, but I didn't think it was that good of a film. I think the first like 15-20 minutes of it is really good, and then you get to the part where her mum turns into a bear, and you're just like, oh fuck, is this what the movie's going to be about? And it didn't hit me. I felt nothing for the mother character, their relationship, and you know, she's a woman, she wants to be strong, all that kind of shit. That's fine. That aspect's fine. It's just I don't care about the rest. I don't care about the mother-daughter relationship aspect of the film. And I don't know. It started off good and got just fine. I probably wouldn't rewatch it, so I'm gonna put it in okay for the time being. I think it's not that great of a film. Let's go Incredibles 2. I think Incredibles 2 is pretty good. It's not as good as the first one, obviously. I'm going to put it in the good category for the time being. I think visually, Incredibles 2 is so fucking incredible. That was actually an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't actually mean to do that. But yeah, I don't think it's as good as the original, but it's a strong sequel, I would say. But not as good as the original. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll put it in great. I'll put it in great for the time being. I might change these around. I might reevaluate them at the end of the video, but we'll leave it there for the time being. Let's go Seeing Red. I think this is one of the newer ones. I liked Seeing Red. A lot of people I know who saw it said they didn't connect with it, but I liked it. It's a little on the nose at times with everything. I'm gonna put it in the good category. I think it's a fine film. I'd rewatch it. I think it's great. There's a lot of references in it I like, especially since I think it takes place in the early 2000s, which I think at the time I was around the same age. I think it's like either late 90s, early 2000s. I would have been the same age as the character in the film. So like just pre-adolescent, all that kind of stuff. So it did hit me different than a lot of other people. So I like it. I think it's a good film. Soul. I actually don't know a lot of people who have actually seen this movie. I personally really enjoyed Soul. However, I don't think they quite hit it on the nail with the kid aspect. I think this is more of an adult film, if I'm being honest. Like an adult Pixar film. I don't think they nailed the child aspect for this film, like quite right. And for that, I'm going to probably just put it in the good category. I think it's a fine film. I think it deserves good. I want to put it higher, but yeah, I don't know, for me, I know they juggled too much with these two characters, and it didn't quite hit it for me. At least not for the younger character. So I think it was almost there as well. It was almost there, they didn't quite nail it. Finding Dory's bad. Don't have to explain why that is. It's a bad film. Moving on. There's nothing really I can say about that one. We should probably knock out some of these Toy Story films, huh? Toy Story 2, I think it's a great film. Again, nostalgic reasons. Nothing really. I really like the film. I'm just gonna plow through the Toy Story films right now. Toy Story 2, great film, like it. Toy Story 3, pretty good. I've rewatched it. When I originally watched it, I really enjoyed it, but after a rewatch, I thought it was fine. Actually, I might put it in okay. Again, when I first saw that film, I thought it was so good. But yeah, after rewatching, I'm just like, it's fine. I think Toy Story 4, on the other hand, I think it was a really good ending. Like, when I went into this film, I'm gonna put it in a great category for the time being. When I went into this film, I thought this movie was going to be really unnecessary, and I went in expecting disappointment, which is probably why I cried. I genuinely cried watching Toy Story 4, and I know that may sound embarrassing, but it hit me. You know, I'm just trying to think how to explain the scenes in it. Scenes towards the end where he kind of really reevaluates his life, and he realizes that, you know, Andy is no longer a part of his life, and he shouldn't be treating this new child like Andy. He's no longer the toy he is, and is going to be everyone's toy or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. It made me cry, and it was very, very upsetting and loving. And when he said goodbye to all his friends that he's known for a long time, it hit me. Wall-E. Okay, timeless, obviously. Not only do I think Wall-E is probably the best Pixar film ever made, I think it probably belongs in the top 10 best films ever made in general. The only bad part about the film, I would say, is the human characters. That's probably the only thing I dislike about the movie. The rest of it is so fucking good. The way that they can convey emotions without speech is brilliant screenwriting, and it's so fucking loving. I love it. It's such a good film, and I'm so jealous that I will never create anything even remotely like it. So yeah, I think it belongs in timeless. Great movie. Just not even just Pixar, just in general. It's such a good fucking film. I love it. Ratatouille. I think Ratatouille is also a timeless movie. I think on paper it doesn't sound that good. You know, a rat that becomes a chef by controlling him, but you see the movie, it just works for some reason. It sounds like such a goofy concept, but it just works. I don't know why, and I don't know why. And all the characters are great. The human characters are great as well, for the most part anyway. They all convey, you know, they all have these, like, obviously deep backstories that we only hear small amounts of a lot of the time, but even just with that small amount of story, we connect with these characters, and I think it works. I think it's a great movie, and it works perfectly. Monsters, Inc. I'm also going to put it in timeless, I'm going to be honest. Great fucking film. Such a weird concept as well. Monsters that go into the human world to collect screams to power their cities and lights, all that kind of stuff. It's such a weird concept. I don't know how anyone thought of that, but it works. And these monsters aren't even... they're not scary. They're not scary. This is just their world. And going into the fact that humans are meant to be toxic to them, all this shit, it's great. I think it's a great film. Mike and Sully are great characters. There's Boo, which is a cute little adorable girl. We should probably do the sequel or prequel in this case. I think Monsters University sucks ass. I don't know where they went wrong with that. I don't know why they just didn't do a sequel. Was that too hard? I don't understand. They put a lot of money into a prequel, and it sucked. We didn't need to know how they met and how they became to work at Monsters Inc. So I don't know. It didn't work for me. It sucked. I didn't want a college-based thing. Finding Nemo. God, I want to put this in timeless, but I feel like I watched this movie too much when I was a little kid, so I'm probably going to put it in great for the time being. I think it's such a fantastic film, and I love it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I can't see myself rewatching it again, simply because I've probably seen it too many times, and also, yeah. This is again mainly nostalgic reasons that it'd be up this high. Luca, I liked Luca. I gotta say, I think it was a good movie. I'm gonna put it in good. yeah, coming age tale of two mermaids. I don't know. It's a great story about friendship. I know people try to ship the two characters as if they were gay. I didn't see anything like that. It just seemed like two friends who just they got really close really quickly, and when one of them realizes that the other one is, I guess growing up and is wanting to explore the world, he doesn't want to be alone, and gets angry. And I think we've all probably seen that. And at a certain point, you have to let your friends go and let those around you flourish and explore their interests, if you will. I think it's a really beautiful film. I did get pretty misty-eyed at the end. Yeah, I'll say that there. Last film we got here is Coco. I really enjoyed Coco, if I'm being honest. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. It's about life and death, your family. Put up a picture of Vin Diesel when I say family. There you go. That's Vin Diesel right there. Look how handsome he is. Yeah, Coco's a great film, and yeah. There is another film that I thought was going to be here. Also, I don't know if you noticed, Frozen isn't on this list. As it turns out, Frozen isn't a Pixar film. I didn't know that. It's apparently just a Walt Disney film, with Walt Disney Animations film. I assumed it was Pixar. I always assumed. Actually, a few films here I thought were Pixar as well. Like Tangled isn't here. That's not a Pixar film. It's a Walt Disney film. Walt Disney Animation films. Yeah, I don't know. There's also, what was that new one? The one that was like, Don't Talk About Bruno? I can't fucking remember the name of that movie. That's not there either. I guess that's the Walt Disney film. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's my list. Let's go over it right now. Let's start from the bottom, see if we can move them around. Bad, A Bug's Life. Probably doesn't deserve to be there, if I'm being honest. I think it's I'm going to move it up to okay. Probably doesn't deserve to be in the bad category with the rest of this trash. Let's go to okay, the okay list now. Inside Out probably deserves a higher category. I need to rewatch it before I can move it up. But in the time being, I think it's staying right there. Toy Story 3 probably might deserve to go back up. Maybe is it good? I think it's probably, yeah. You know what? I think it deserves good. So yeah, we'll leave it there for the time being. Onward. You know what? Maybe Onward deserves to go down. Yeah, you know what? I think it deserves to go down to okay, or maybe just like the end of good. All right, let's go to great. See if we can get anything up or down. Toys 4, really quite good. Honestly, I think it might be in timeless. Maybe I don't know. Depends. If I rewatch it, it could either go down or up in my eyes. Incredibles. I think this is fine. I think this list is fine. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I think we're going to leave it off here. I'll see you all next time. Peace out!